Episode 9 is said to have many different moments in this film that will change our view and perception on both The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really interested in has all to do with the characters of Luke Skywalker, Ben Solo / Kylo Ren, Rey, and a whole lot more. But the more important question is exactly how is J.J. Abrams going to utilize some of the cameos in this movie that are connected to the prequels and the originals that will be a part of this story through start to finish of the film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the moment between both Kylo Ren / Ben Solo, Luke Skywalker, and even Anakin Skywalker. Specifically, a description of one of the flashbacks that is described to be an alternate scene of what was already shown in The Last Jedi. It's described to be an extension of when Luke Skywalker was about to destroy his own nephew, Ben Solo. The next goes over a profile shot of Luke wielding his ignited green lightsaber, getting ready to kill Ben in his sleep, where it's described that Luke begins to hear a voice that is considered to be very faint and said to be the voice of Anakin Skywalker guiding Luke through his hatred and anger to control and prevent a terrible mistake that would have major implications on himself as a Jedi. It's described to be a way of retconning the scene where Luke was about to kill Ben, where the decision not to was initiated by the voice of Anakin Skywalker, warning Luke, followed by Luke having feelings such as shame. It's described that this scene is followed by Luke witnessing the slaughter of his new generation of Jedi while being buried under debris. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, first things first, we do know that J.J. Abrams is going to be extending the flashbacks that we have already seen in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi, while also giving us alternate views of what actually happened during those events. So in this scenario, this is most definitely retconning of what happened in The Last Jedi, where Luke Skywalker attempted to kill his own nephew, Ben Solo, because of what he saw in his mind, what he was about to do, what he was dreaming of. And that was, of course, destroying Luke's new generation of Jedi, and pretty much setting ablaze to his, of course, his new Jedi temple. Now, the thing here that we do know, alright, when we come to episode 9, we do know that J.J. Abrams is looking at this movie as a way to truly incorporate some of the cameos that are going to move the characters like Luke, Leia, Rey, Kylo Ren forward into this story in episode 9. So what I find very intriguing about all of this is that this is giving us an alternate version of what we saw in The Last Jedi between both Ben Solo and Luke Skywalker, where Luke was about to use his green lightsaber against his own nephew and kill him, but what only stopped him was the voice of Anakin Skywalker. So this is all going to be a way of J.J. Abrams basically redoing the whole entire scene that was shown in The Last Jedi and basically giving us a different view of this in episode 9. Now, honestly, guys, I think that this is a great move because this would give us a better reason as to why Luke Skywalker did not go through with it all. Now, in The Last Jedi, it's basically, because he saw Ben Solo was awake, he saw the fear in his nephew's face, he saw everything like that. So now in episode 9, it seems as though that J.J. Abrams really wants to really go more in-depth as to exactly why Luke Skywalker decided to not kill his own nephew, Ben Solo, was because he was hearing the voice of Anakin Skywalker during the scene. Now, after this whole entire scene that's being redone for episode 9, it's followed by the slaughter of Luke's new generation of Jedi, where Luke Skywalker witnesses this while he's hurt under a bunch of debris of the hut that Ben Solo destroys. So with that being said, you can really tell that J.J. Abrams is trying to give us a version of Kylo Ren that is almost like the version of Anakin Skywalker slaughtering the Separatists on Mustafar, where in this scenario, it's Kylo Ren slaughtering Luke's new generation of Jedi under the orders of Supreme Leader Snoke. So what I like about this is that Anakin guiding Luke, we've been hearing about this, on and off for episode 9, and of course changes in The Last Jedi, such as Anakin Skywalker being the one responsible for teaching Luke Skywalker the Force projection technique and actually guiding him as he's doing it and projecting himself onto the planet of Crate. Very interesting indeed. I gotta say, when we look at episode 9, we do know that this movie is really going to have saga-wide implications, meaning it's going to have a big effect on all 8 movies before episode 9. And it's going to change the way we look at the prequels, the originals, and even part of the sequel trilogy. And that, to me, I think is, speaking volumes by Disney and Lucasfilm, since they are using this movie as a course correction, and J.J. Abrams and crew are using this movie as a way to put a close to the Skywalker saga and do amazing things with this movie. It's also said that this film is going to be the longer one of the Star Wars films. So that's a big hint that this may very well be the longest Star Wars film in history. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.